some thoughts about the series. First of all, I want to say that I'm a very big fan of the movies starring Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise the Clown. I think those are perhaps one of my favorite horror movies ever made, because it is just such a cool concept. This like entity demon thing that takes the form of your greatest fear and then uses that against you to kill you. Excuse me. I think that's just such a cool concept, and we have the book here, written by Stephen King, which I have not read yet, but I will most likely in the near future. At least it's one of the works I want to read as soon as possible. I also have a little cup with some chai tea. That I will be drinking during the making of this video. But without any further ado, let's get into it. So, Welcome to Derry, a prequel to the It movies. I forget how much into the past this goes, but it is like very, very, very long before the movie ever airs. So, the first 3 episodes have been released, and when this show was announced, I was so incredibly excited because I really love the character Pennywise, and the movies are amazing, so I was very excited to be getting more of him in this new series. It is like a different take from the movies. It's like, that's like no shit. But I'm not sure how much I like this. I mean, it's cool. The first 3 episodes I've seen now, but I'm not sure what I think about it. We have not really seen the clown as much, little sneak peeks here and there, and the different forms he takes to scare, of course, the children of Derry. But until now, we have not fully seen the clown, so that's like a little bit of like, I'm so excited to see him because I just love seeing that clown just run around and scare all the children's asses off. I think that's so fun. But like, this show starts with like one of the most traumatizing things I've ever seen on a screen ever. The car scene where this little kid, and I can't remember his name, he gets into the car with his family trying to leave Derry, but then the car they just drive down a straight road, they don't take no turns, nothing, and then they just drive back into Derry, and he's like, well, what the hell? And like, the kids in the car are doing really weird stuff. One of them is like touching a liver and then trying to scare him with it, and then the others spilling the entire time, which might be even more weird. And then like the whole family, you start to realize, oh, this isn't a real family. This is the clown taking on a form to scare him. And then the mom in the car starts to give like birth to like this flying demon baby, which is really, it's such a fucked up scene. Like, I'm a man and I was already like, this is so fucking weird. And then I was watching it with my girlfriend and she was like, oh my god, this is the worst. So like, great start, loved it, can't wait to see the rest of this series. So then we get to like the Derry army base, and we get introduced to some more I've seen some comments online of Pennywise, like Pennywise ain't holding back this show. In the movies he was like very PG-13, but he said, nah, I'm gonna get these kids. And oh boy, he does. So like the next episode, one of the children's dad who works at the movie theater gets blamed for the deaths of the children that happened there, even though it wasn't him, it was the clown. So the last two survivors, the little girl whose dad got framed and another girl, they get mad at each other because the other girl could have saved the other girl's dad by just telling the police what really happened, even though they would never believe her that a demon baby decided to kill both her friends. So they get mad at each other and they get a little bit more divided. So then I told you about the pilot form, but he also has a son that just went into Derry, and they decided to live there. So he goes to the same school as those two other girls, and they become sort of friends, and then they eventually tell him about like what is going on and what is happening, and he and his friend joined them. So it's now the main cast is like, or the main group of children is like two girls and two little boys, with one of them being like the son of that pilot from the beginning. This is a really messy explanation, I'm so sorry. Okay, so they decide to go like and summon Pennywise with a ritual, which is basically like not even a real ritual. It's just one of the kids saw his brother do it or something, and it just won't work summoning Pennywise. So then they decide to leave. For some reason they also went to a cemetery to do this. And Pennywise is gonna take full advantage of that. So he begins to chase the children in these ghost forms of the children he has killed during the show until now. And I'm not gonna lie, the CGI in this was pretty bad. It wasn't great, but it was fun. So they get chased around the graveyard, and while they're being chased, they decided to take photos of Pennywise, or try to catch him in the act of trying to kill them, to convince the police that it wasn't that one girl's father who killed all those kids in the movie theater, but it was the clown. So they decide to make pictures, but the pictures aren't really that great. But that one little boy, who is the son of the pilot from the beginning of the series, he gets cut off from the group, and then Pennywise decides to go after him. So he goes into like this tomb, and the kid follows him in, and the kid doesn't get killed, but he manages to take like a picture of the clown, and then at the end of the episode what is that? Oh, that looks like a clown. And then you see the picture and you see this like figure with the same hairstyle as Pennywise, and you're like, oh, that's him. So I'm really excited because next episode we'll most likely see the clown, which is the entire reason I'm even watching this show, because I want to see the clown. And the clown has not appeared yet, but that's for the suspense factor, because in the first episode, if you show him immediately, then the entire fear factor of him is somewhat gone, if you know what I mean. So that is it. Welcome to Derry. Until now, I am so sorry if this recap or review is all over the place. It has been I don't know when the last episode aired, but between that and now I had a couple things to do, so my memory of the episodes are